Time to change pastures, girls. Good morning, everybody. Let me get rid of the glasses here. How is everybody doing this morning? Yeah, we are moving ewes. Pulled them out of this pasture, bringing them over and letting them into this one. We'll see if they want to come out. It's starting to get hot, so they may stay back under the shade. But I thought I'd come over and take a look and check the grass out, just make sure what we got. Not a lot left. Tell you what, we're in August, and it rained here was I think the first week of July. So it's been a while. So, all right, anyway, while I'm out here, I said we're gonna talk about marketing. Let's talk about marketing. All right, marketing. If you're gonna raise them, you gotta sell them. I guess that's all part of it. So everybody looks at marketing or how they're going to sell their sheep a little bit differently. You're all going to look at it differently. We've all got different ideas. I think quite a few people anyway, or many of us, came in with the idea that I'm going to raise rams and I'm going to sell them to high fence hunting operations. Hey, that's one thing I thought of too. Kind of got that too with my son-in-law. That's what he was going to do. He went to high fence hunting operations himself and hunted. So I thought, yeah. But it didn't take me long to figure out, hey, half the lambs I'm going to get are going to be used. I got to sell them too. What am I going to do with them? And no, I haven't spent a lot of years selling sheep. All right, I've only been selling sheep for a couple of years, but I've been in sales for over 40 years. And sales is sales. Doesn't matter what you're selling. It all comes out the same, and that is marketing it and trying to get something that will appeal to as many people as possible. And that's why when I started with mouflons and black bellies, it didn't take long, I switched over to painted desert. I could see painted desert was going to be the sheep that was going to be the easiest to market, the easiest to sell, and was going to appeal to most of the people. So that's why I went with painted desert. Now, we're still going to be raising sheep for horns. I mean, that's why we're doing this type of sheep. We're raising them for horns. And if we're not selling for breeding or using for our own breeding rams, we're going to be selling to high fence hunting operations. So you have to think about that. But that's where painted desert came into it again. I looked at the painted desert. I said, well, they got the great genetics. I can prove I have the good genetics. And if I have the good genetics, I'm going to grow horns faster. Here, take a look. Here's my 2021 rams. All right, they're 15, 16 months old. Now, I saved my breeders. I had 4 left. They're sold, and they went to a high fence hunting operation. Yeah, I'm 15 months old, and they're already sold. Are they big, huge trophy rams? No, but some of the high fence hunting operations, they don't want just the trophy rams. I mean, the nice big trophy rams, the guys will spend thousands of dollars for, but if they can pick up some younger rams at a decent price and have a lower cost hunt for maybe a guy wants to bring his kid or something like that. So the painted desert to me was still important because I can prove I have good genetics. I know I have good genetics, and I can get a ram up to what those were, just like that, in 15, 16 months, and I can at least sell it, and I have a place to go with it. If it's not for a breeding ram, it can be sold for the high fence hunting operation. Now, another reason the painted desert was so important for me is they are registered, having a registered stock. And I know the high fence hunting people could care less about papers. I want to see the horns. But if I'm going to raise for horns, I want to know I got good genetics. I've seen guys say, hey, this is out of such and such a bloodline. Well, great, that ram was, Rambo Ram was the big ram and he had the great horn. How many generations back? Am I talking about a son here, a grandson, great-grandson, great-great-grandson? How far back is it? You can't tell. You have no idea what you're getting. With painted desert, they're registered. I got papers. I'm showing you my rams. Here's the rams that I'm using for breeding. If they're not a Gold Star ram yet because they're young, they're sons of Gold Star rams. They're sons of that genetics. I can show you the sire. I can show you pictures of the sire, the grandsire, the great-grandsire to show you what they have. And the same thing with the ewes. Daughters of Gold Star rams. Not everything I have is a daughter of Gold Star ram, but the majority of my ewes are daughters of Gold Star rams. I can show you their sire. I can show you the good genetics there. So basically, I know I'm getting good up-close genetics to grow those horns. And if you're marketing for high fence, it's nice to know, hey, I got something I can move in maybe maybe 15 months as a young ram, maybe as 2.5. I've got a really nice, trophy ram that I can sell off to high fence hunting operation. That's better than waiting 4 or 5 years and still ending up with not much. The Painted Desert also gave me another option, or another market, so to speak, or two markets. And that is, I'm dealing with registered sheep. All right. There are some people out there that I want it to be registered. I want to be able to see the papers. I'm one of those. I want it registered. I want to see the sire. I'm buying genetics. If I'm buying genetics, I want to know what I'm buying. So I want to pay, if I got registration papers, I can see what the sires, the grandsires on both sides are like. I know what I'm buying. Now, those other people could care less. Hey, it's got spots. I like it. It's got spots. That's what I want. Fine. But by having registered sheep, you appeal to both buyers. I have a registered ewe lamb here that has spots. The non-registered buyer, great, it's got the color I want. I don't care about anything else. Fine. The person that wants registration, hey, I got registration, here's the grandsires, the sires, this and that, great, that's what I want. So you end up with both buyers. If you're dealing with just non-registered sheep, guess what? You're going to sell to the people that want non-registered sheep. You've immediately lost one part of your possible sales. I don't want to say half, but I'm going to say I've got two people that can buy. One wants registered, one wants not. If your sheep is registered, you appeal to both. If it's not, you appeal to just one of the two. So that's why, to me, the Painted Desert was so important, why I liked it up front. I could follow the genetics, and I could have registered stock. I can prove exactly what I have. Now, not all registered stock is going to be the same. I've seen people talk about it on forums. I got my sheep and I bought my registered sheep and I got the papers of the day and half of it's blank. Yeah, you're going to have some of that. You're going to have situations where you have maybe a good showing on one side of the papers, not much on the other, and you can get that from me. I have, they're thinking about coming out. I have 2 ewes that are not registered. I have a Texas doll ewe. And I know she's got really good genetics, but I don't know anything about her aside from she's got really good genetics from Texas doll. All right. I have another ewe that I love, Hershey. She's just brown. I mean, that's why she was called Hershey. Bought as a weanling. My son-in-law bought her a weanling at an auction. Who knows what she's from? I have no idea. But she's a nice size ewe and she throws nice size lambs. And this year, she gave me Greystone. So I got Greystone from her, and I am really happy, and I'm keeping him. Is he going to have the greatest genetics on his papers? No. He's by Stony. Stony is, hopefully another year or so, Stony will be Gold Star. He's by Rocky, who is Gold Star. Stony's mother, she is by Boondocks, who's Gold Star. He's got a lot of Gold Star on his side. But when you go on Hershey's side, there ain't going to be nothing there, because we don't know what it is. But sometimes that's okay if you get the right ram or you get the right ewe, because you still can at least show a lot of what you have. And in this case with Hershey, she now has a history. This is her 3rd lamb she's had with me. She's got a history of throwing some nice big lambs. She throws some unusual color. So if nothing else, I'll keep for that. I'll keep her because I'll keep him and her because they throw color. And hopefully throw some unusual color, because not everybody cares about all those genetics. There's always people that are buying for color. And to kind of go along with that, let's take our new lambs, because I mentioned in the last video I was going to talk about there. I just bought 3 new ewe lambs. 2 of them are by a Gold Star ram, who is by a Gold Star ram. The 3rd one is not. That's a young ram, but I love the breeding on that side. I have got some other sheep with that same breeding. So that one, a situation I bought for that. But the twins that are from the Gold Star ram, one of them's white. All right, so what do? Can I register that? So, yes, I can. I will register as her, and because she has a registered sire, I can register her, but because she's all white, she's going to be hardship. She'll be determined as hardship. Now, what that means is, as I breed her to a registered ram. She has lambs. If her lambs have color, any color at all, I can register them and they're registered fine. If she has a lamb that's pure white, I can't register it. ewe or doe, ewe or ram, either one, it cannot be registered. So by taking one that's all white, I gamble a little. And here I'm going to gamble just a little bit because I'm going to hope they have color. If they don't have color, I'm going to end up with something that I can't register. But yet, part of marketing is thinking, do I have outlets for that? And in my case, yeah, there's still going to be outlets for it. If she has a ewe lamb, I can either sell it as just a ewe and it's not registered. I can say, here's the genetics, and I got all this good genetics, but I can't register because she's white. Somebody might buy her, and if they don't, maybe I finally get to put a sheep on the dinner table. I've been thinking of doing that for 2 years now, and every time I get one, I think, okay, we'll hold that one back and butcher that one. I end up selling it. So fine, if she gives me an all-white ewe lamb, maybe that's something we'll just keep around. And there's nothing that says I can't keep the all-white ewe lamb. I can still breed it to a registered sire, and if that has color, I can still register them. So you're not totally out of the woods. Now, the closest thing it might be is if she has an all-white ram lamb. Well, I got a ram lamb, it's all pure white, now what do I got? I cannot register it. It cannot be registered. Is anybody going to want a true white ram lamb that's not registered? No. There's one for the dinner table. Now I got one that'll probably make for the dinner table, except if I got really good genetics and he's growing horns really fast, guess what? A couple years down the line, hey, he's a Texas doll. He's pure white. If he's going to a high fence hunting operation and a guy wants to go in and shoot a Texas doll, he wants to shoot a white ram. That's what he wants to shoot. He don't care about papers, remember? So fine, I can still do it that way. So that's why, even though that ewe lamb was white, I kept her because she is a daughter of a Gold Star ram. That's first on the thing. She's a daughter of a Gold Star. The Megatron Gold, who she's a daughter of, is a big ram, big-bodied ram. He is by Gold Rush, who's another big-bodied ram. I was looking for that. I want to try to get the body size up. So here's a situation where even though she's going to be registered hardship, I've got places to go with the offspring. To me, it was worth taking a chance. So if you're thinking of getting into sheep, you just got into sheep, or you've been in, you've had them, but you haven't had anything to sell for a while, and you're thinking about marketability, that's a few things to think about. How many different people can you market your sheep to? You want as many outlets as you can possibly find. The more outlets you have, the better off you're going to be. So don't think I'm going to get into sheep and raise rams to grow horns. That's an outlet, but that's not going to be your very best outlet. That's just going to be one outlet you're going to need. You're going to need a lot more before it's all said and done. So something to think about. All right, it's getting hot even though I'm standing in the shade. It's time to head back for the air conditioning. Hey, if we got something going next week, I'll catch you next week. If not, we'll do it the week after that.